Welcome to another episode of Get Lifted, 30 is a New 20. It's your boy, Smiley Jizzle, and my man's
First OD.
And we got a special guest. Well, he no longer a guest, he family now.
I'm Curt, known as TRI, the Realest Idealist. Not on social media, but it's whatever.
Word.
Where's the letters? The other letters come from?
That's my other, what would you call it?
Moniker.
I guess moniker. Yeah, I used to have a brand, so I used to call it the Realest Idealist, TRI.
Word. We got some pretty good discussions to have today. And right now, I think we got around, it's not really big numbers, it's a milestone though. We got like 100 something subscribers.
Still worth celebrating.
Keep it 100.
Word. So shout out to y'all for making it possible, you know what I mean? You know, 100 subscribers to me,
He be like,
it's a,
them blowing them things
from the balloons.
on Nori when he blow that.
Oh yeah.
It's a little, you know, from a marketing perspective, it is kind of a win, but you expect to get 100 like the first couple months when you marketing. But with no marketing, to do that and get people that like, you know, organically follow us, I think that's a pretty good accomplishment. So shout out to us. So we did it. And it's Black History Month. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of stuff going on. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff today, man. Are UFOs getting shot down? Let's talk about that. You know what I mean?
UFOs?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Do UFOs exist?
And that's another one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could say yes, they do.
You seen the UFO?
Yes.
Where you seen the UFO? You seen it in person? Because here's
I've
the
seen
thing.
it in person. I've seen a UFO in person. I've looked in the sky and was like, that's not ours.
That's not ours.
That's not ours, yeah. For sure.
Outer limits.
For
Please
sure.
stand by.
I was
Look,
like,
so you
yo,
sound like you're not a believer in it, huh?
I never seen no UFO. I never.
You think
There's
it's
a lot
possible?
of stuff that it's not necessarily I don't believe.
You will see it to believe
I'm
it.
open to the possibility, but yeah, I need to see it. I'm a realist. If I never seen a ghost, I never seen a lot of stuff that people would be like, oh, you gotta have faith and all of this.
but you never see God either, so.
Yeah, and that's
You don't
why I
believe
said
in
I
God?
believe that there's something that brought us here, or another worldly being or something that created us. Is it
How?
God? I
You never
don't know.
seen it.
How did we get here? But is it God? I don't know what it is.
A more-
That's what y'all-
a
what
more
people call
sensible-
or
It could be
whatever.
aliens.
A more sensible
Yeah, that's what I'm
perspective,
saying.
or practical. More practical perspective is that we evolved from some type of organism. But
See the-
Hell no. Because in evolution, my nigga, it
We came
means.
from
like-
apes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Nah,
like, that's bullshit.
it's
There had to be
it's a
some
lot.
science
It's a
involved
lot.
in that
It's
shit.
a lot deeper than just the ape thing. Because a lot of people just be like, "Yo, so we came from a monkey. Like it was a gorilla, and then that gorilla was us."
Bro,
No, that's
bro,
not how it.
monkeys
are
are still here, so that's bullshit.
Yeah, but
both
that's
times.
not. But that theory of revolution, like, it's obscure because of how people describe it. Because people can't wrap their mind around it. First of all of these theories are things that we can't even fathom. First of all,
I think
before
we
our
can fathom.
existence,
We
what do we know?
We could fathom why monkeys is still there, and they said that we evolved from this, but they're still there. We could fathom that. That makes sense.
But
bro.
listen, that's why I said gotta go deeper into that because it's not that we was.
Your uncle.
He might be downstairs.
Probably is.
We know that
You can call him.
oh, he must think I'm at the house. But yo, we about to get into this shit, yo. You know what I mean? Yo, just tap in.
On the move like I need a new hobby. Fuck a 9 to 5.
I believe that genetic code has people wired to do certain things,
Fair.
and I consider that fate. So I can't go against my faith's
So
faith
it's-
for people and how or what they would have become or what they could have become, because I feel like God is perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So you
what's
think
your take on it? Pretty much
Wait,
piggyback on
wait.
that.
Wait.
Cause we ain't
let
gonna-
her speak.
But I just have a question about what you just said. So you said the fate, because I'm responding to what you're saying. I'm not trying to pick, but I'm unpacking what you're saying. So you said you believe that it's fate and God. And okay, so how
I
you
believe
think
God
that it could be
determines our fate.
Yeah. So you think so? Why, if he's supposed to be this amazing being or whatever, and he wants the best for us and everything, why would he allow a child's fate to be shot by a random bullet that wasn't for them?
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why.
An innocent child.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because God was in that child, just like he's in you, just like he's in me, just like, and he is experiencing this life. So when you saying, oh, God is letting the child die, you're really saying God died with the child. You see what I'm saying? And had the leukemia and had all of these things. That's the power of God. You see what I'm saying? So when you're like, to me, fate is
Where's the benefit of that?
the benefit is the human experience, because that could have inspired somebody to make something to feed children or protect children going through leukemia. That could have inspired somebody to create a cure, but they had to go through that trauma to make that cure. You see what I'm saying? So I just feel like there's always ways to look at every situation, and death sucks, especially as a child. I agree with you. Death sucks, especially as a child. But when you look at it in the grand scheme of things, everything happens for a reason. Like, me personally, I don't believe in coincidence. I believe everything is fated to happen the way it happens. I do also believe in multi-universes and shit like that. Like, this me is talking this way and another me is talking some other way. You see what I'm saying?
You believe in a multiverse.
Yeah, and I also believe in this world. I feel like there's probably doppelgangers of all of us, and in different cultures and shit. You see what I'm saying? But I think that can't be no coincidence.
Like white people looking like black.
That's what I'm saying.
But they're white, and the other person.
I want to hear.
I'd be like, yo, that's crazy.
I want to hear what you think about that, because I don't want to go in, because I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop too. I still have more questions.
I'll let you all get it out, because I'm telling you, because I told you what I've been reading when we was in the car. So, and also growing up in a Christian Baptist household, so I want to hear everybody's perspective before I say what I gotta say, because it's
probably gonna say the craziest stuff.
I'm gonna say the craziest shit, bro.
And I just want to say, I'm not an atheist by any means. I believe in something. I believe that there is, like, sometimes stuff be happening.
You're spiritual.
I'll be thinking about somebody, and then they'll call me, and I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like, I was just talk about
but I'm
you
spiritual.
called or something. So, or weird stuff be happening sometime, and I'll be like, what the heck? Like, I'll be looking for something for 20 minutes, look at the same place 10 times, then I'll go back and look again, and it's there, and it was never there. And I'm like, is somebody playing?
It was never there, or you overlooked it.
Do you believe it's coincidence?
That's what I said. I do believe, like, it's some stuff.
You believe something happened to, like, that's not normal, like something supernatural happened,
like, or I be thinking, but I'm not completely on that. I'm like on the fence, but I believe it's possible. But I would like to see something, but I feel like, because I'm not.
What if you really had to believe first in order to see it? Would you be willing to try to change your belief?
Try to change what? Because I feel like, I'm gonna be real, and it sounds crazy and whatever fucked up, I don't know, or for myself, I guess, because I believe that everybody that I know is a sinner. So, like,
it's all different types of sides. Matter side, Patrick side, killed your mom, killed your pop. You know,
all like everything, smoking, even down to the food we eat. We're not supposed to be eating animals or whatever. So we're that's wrong too. So it's like I might as well not even live my life because it's like
I gotta hear. I
want to enjoy myself. I want to have fun and live my life in it. And if I'm gonna go to hell I don't think I did nothing crazy like that to where I don't believe. But from what it says, what they tell us, you ain't half of the shit that I do, and most of the people around me, and some people worse.
I feel like the Bible makes it scary. But it's not scary.
That's what they feel like. I think people put it into their own interpretation. But if you read verbatim,
it's supposed to be scary. I gotta say something.
Go ahead, bro.
Hello?
It's supposed to be scary. I called him back. Tell him to check his missed call.
He said he called you back. Yeah.
I was calling to tell him that.
He tried.
Yo, that's funny. I'm not cutting that out neither. Yo, listen. Everybody has good points, and pretty much, I don't want anybody to think that I'm making fun of anybody's religion, because believe me, I grew up with this belief, right? I'm a little bit older, but that doesn't mean shit. But I've learned things from seeing things and being in life or death situations. Being in situations where my life was almost gone and I'm still here. Several times. I'm a survivor. You know what I mean? I've survived several incidences that I'm not really going to just lay out. One involves me being a sitting duck in the sky.
That's crazy.
So all of these situations that I was in, unbeknownst, I didn't put myself in that situation. Well, I kind of did. But I didn't put myself in that situation to think that this was it. But I knew that it's a possibility. You know what I mean? And then the crazy happens, and I survived, and I'm still here. So intervention. But I don't want to say that I don't believe that there is a power that we all have. Like every individual has power.
You don't believe that?
No, I said I do believe every individual has power. Like we all have power.
What is that?
Do
power?
I believe? I'm about to unpack.
I'm sorry, bro.
Nah. You can interrupt me, but I'm telling you, everything you about to ask me. I'm probably gonna say it, but I'm gonna tell you, I don't believe that it's divine. I don't believe that. I believe that.
So hold on. You're saying the internal power isn't divine.
You gotta let me cook.
I'm just trying.
You gotta just let me cook.
I'm trying to see, you know,
because I've been absorbing a lot at this age of my life. I'm not really at a point in my life where I can be swayed to believe other things right now. Like when you get like 30 something years old, that's how you're really gonna be most of the time.
Smokey, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Exactly. Best way to say it. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm looking at things from a different perspective. I've lived in your life. I've lived in your belief system for a long time. And what I realized is shit not gonna happen if I don't make it happen. I gotta do something. Gotta put your best foot forward. You can't give up. You can't back down.
I'm talking about the internal power that you.
The internal power that I'm talking about. Well, that was one of the things that I was unpacking, because I was talking about what I do believe is that we have energy in us. I don't believe that energy is divine. The reason I don't believe that energy is divine is because we're all connected through energy in some way, shape, or form. Everything, if you don't believe it's
divine to me.
it sounds divine when you make it biblical, but I'm looking at it from the scientific perspective. Electrons, neurons, all that type of shit, right? So we looking at it. I'm looking at it at that perspective, and people that have some denomination are looking at it from a more spiritual perspective.
That sounds like coincidence to me.
Well, it could be a coincidence to a Buddhist. It could be a coincidence to an Islam.
It's not coincidence.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You're saying that, but I'm saying it can be a coincidence to any one of these religions, and not everybody deserves to have their own belief, whatever you want to believe. If you want to be an atheist, more power to you. Bless you, right? You know what I mean? That's how I feel. Like you're not supposed. One of the things as a Christian, you're not supposed to hate your brother, for they don't know no better, you know what I
you're
mean?
not supposed to
You're still supposed to love your neighbor. Even if they believe something else, you're not supposed to let he who is, you know, cast the first stone, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean?
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you interrupt me all you want, cause it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot to question.
Is power?
Now that's so ambiguous. You do this all the time.
I just want to know what the word power means to you.
I gotta throw that back at you. What do you?
You gotta answer my question first, though, Smiley. What is power to you?
Because that really. Okay. Are we talking about power, or
I'm talking about what you think power is to you?
Because I'm saying that's going into another tangent, and I was just talking about something. So I'm saying, are we talking about power, or are we talking about what I believe overall is why we're here?
I'm talking about power.
Power is what keeps the lights on.
So by your definition, power is what keeps the lights on.
Right.
Just happens because in your body.
So
and there's nothing magical about that shit.
Keeps the light on where? At Motel 6?
I don't know.
No, but he's just looking at it from a scientific way. He don't feel like it's coming from
that's
the source. He's looking like action and reaction.
Exactly. But and this is the same thing that you have with any faith, not just Christian. Mm-hmm. You'll have this with any faith. You'll have these discussions because their faith is beyond anything else. Because things that they can't explain, they're like, well, this is why it happens.
I want to ask you a question though, real quick.
Go ahead.
So if you believe in like it's more scientific, like this, how can you prove that this table had a builder?
That the table had a what?
You know what?
This table had a builder. Could you prove that?
The crazy thing, probably could.
Exactly, because it's here.
You can get
tables don't build this. Hold on,
you can get tangible evidence.
Smiley, listen. Okay, I got you. Listen. The table is proof that there was a creator because tables don't build itself.
Okay.
So somebody had to create it.
Who created you?
Okay, I'm gonna say God, but hold on. Let me finish.
Okay.
So if what you're saying is not divine, what created this scientific reactions? How could something happen from nothing? Mm. There has to be a single starting point. That's not divine?
No.
How could there even be science without?
How could you even be having this conversation if it's not magical?
We could be animals that just do what animals do. We could even. We have choice.
I don't.
God is consciousness.
I don't put it to anything that you can't explain. I put it to something that you can explain. Like, okay. No. Let me cook. I know you hungry, but let me cook first, and then you can eat all you want. You know what I mean?
That's a dope analogy, though. That's a dope analogy.
We rappers. You know what I mean? Look, yo, like all I'm saying is you can have you're not gonna change my thought, but I'm not gonna change your faith. I don't want to. But I want you to look at it from another perspective, as I will entertain your perspective as well.
Exactly.
Because I believe that everybody, I can't prove it, and nobody else can prove anything else either. But we can go off of what we may know, or what we may have experienced, or perhaps just what your faith is.
You're doing the same thing I'm doing.
I'm doing the same thing you're doing.
Exactly.
But I'm doing it's on a different side. Yeah. But I respect it because what you said is right. Everything has a starting point. I'm not saying that there wasn't a starting point, because he's trying to get into that. He's saying, how can you say it's not divine? It don't have to be divine to be the starting point.
That's kind of crazy though.
That's gonna question everything that everybody believes in. That's why it's crazy, because you gotta believe that, we had to come from God, because how would the ocean, how would this, bro? There's all these other planets. He said there's a multiverse. We don't know what the hell is going on.
That's why I said.
And we don't even know. Here's another thing. I'll give it to you from a religious perspective, right? Not to be blasphemous, but think about it like this. There's no way to quantify the time that they spent in the Garden of Eden. They said that heaven is like 1,000 times the regular time.
It don't say that.
It does say that.
Then that quantifies it. That quantifies it.
No.
If it's in the Bible, then that quantifies
In the
it.
Bible
It
says
doesn't.
everlasting life. That means
It doesn't
infinity.
have a. It doesn't quantify it to have a solution. So you can't say
No,
it
yes, it
quantifies
did.
it. It gives you a measure,
It did.
but it
It
doesn't
says
tell you
Adam
what
and
it
Eve.
is.
Adam and Eve died, right? In the Bible, it said.
You know how old they were?
And
Yeah,
then
there
when
was
they
1,000.
say time,
There was 1,000.
There was 1,000
They
years
made it
old?
to. They couldn't make it past 1,000. And that's when fucking.
Okay, now why can't people make it to 1,000 years now? Explain. And and science was not the way that it was supposedly back in the day. So why couldn't they do it now?
Because science corrupted the original. Even with
That's a leap, bro.
It's not a leap.
That's a leap because
It's not a leap.
because that's your opinion, right?
No.
Because that's not anything that was written down.
Let me
that's
tell
how you feel about
It
that.
was
situation.
written down.
No,
It was
that
written in
wasn't.
the Bible.
That wasn't.
Let me
What you said-
let me tell you why it was
what
written down.
What
Let
you
me
said,
tell you why
what
it
you
was
said
written
is
down.
trying to like, okay, well, if this is this, then it's gotta be this. No, you're making that solution. There's a million different possibilities, but your faith is only leading you to one.
It's not.
And I'm saying that, think about it. Think outside the box.
I
of
could
your
admit
faith.
that.
Think
because
outside the box of your faith. Now, what I've
I
been reading lately, the shit I've been reading lately is crazy as fuck, bro.
I know it
It's
is.
crazy
Yeah,
as
I
fuck
know
because,
it is.
yo, everybody's on this shit. Like, yo, Adam and Eve was the first people. And then there's some other shit that's saying, no, Lilith was the first woman. I'm like, who the hell was Lilith?
But
And everybody thinks it's a demon. Nobody know that she was a human being, a mortal. And then got cast out, and then became demonized by God.
But look,
So do you believe in Lilith? Do you believe she was a real person?
I'm just.
Do
giving
you believe she was a real person? Hold on. Let me answer.
Exactly.
Do you believe in
How could
Lilith?
you believe that?
Do you believe
it's divine? How is that not divine?
Hold up.
That's a divine
That's
story.
divine.
Only your references is divine as fuck.
Nah. Let her repeat
he
that.
said they said.
Oh, he said they
Right.
said, oh. But he said you believed
He
it.
believed
He said
it.
he believed it.
Nah, I said.
And the
How
Curt
can
said
you?
you
I
believe
said
it.
how. I said how can you believe this? That you believed all this time, and you have all this other stuff that goes against it, and not believe that. That's what I said.
Not believe what?
So if
Not
you
believe the other
how you
text,
can't believe
the
So
other
what
stuff.
do you believe, Smiley?
What do I believe?
What
I
do you
believe that.
believe?
I believe that.
Look at the smoke ring. That was dope.
sir.
Somebody blew a smoke ring.
Me.
Oh.
Go ahead.
None of us know what's true. You don't know about God.
We
None
don't.
of us
I'm not
know.
asking
It's
y'all
true.
what's
Know about
true.
the
It's
science.
true.
I'm
If that-
asking-
Anybody could have made
I'm not
that book
asking y'all
and
what's
it
true.
could be a bunch of.
I'm asking y'all, what do y'all believe?
Yo,
and
but-
why do you believe what you believe?
I've had this
That's what
question
I'm
with him
asking.
several
that there
times
is
though.
a higher
Let her speak. Go ahead.
You asked me.
Oh, my bad.
And she started and she was explaining
did.
what I
You're
said
right.
when I
You're
said
right.
to y'all.
You're right.
But let me say this. I'll let her go. I'm gonna just say this one thing. I believe, and I think I said this earlier, I believe that there is a reason why that we're here. I didn't tell you what I believe that is because I don't know. But I also believe in science. So you're not really gonna convince me of anything otherwise.
We're not trying to convince you.
No,
But that is science.
He is.
That is science.
But what I'm saying is it's okay because I understand that faith. I love that about Christians. But some Christians they don't follow what the scripture says for the most part. You know what I mean? They're supposed to accept you as you are. But a lot of Christians and Islam and Muslims as well will try to convert you.
I'm not religious.
And that's one thing that I wouldn't do. I'm not gonna make somebody not believe
this
what
is
they
not
believe.
This is not a religious conversation because I'm not religious. I'm spiritual and I believe in God. I do believe all of the texts have a bit of truth in it, and I believe all of the texts have a little bit of lies in it. Why? Because men made that shit. And man derives their story off his story. You see what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, what do y'all believe in? And if y'all do believe that something, what is that something? Does that something, like...
I believe in aliens.
Does that something... inspire you to be?
Nope.
That's what I'm saying.
Nope.
So that something isn't that important to you.
Nah, it's not.
Because that's what I'm saying. So that to me just lets me know that, okay, you're not on the fence. You're admitting that you don't believe in something that you can't see. Then you don't believe in God. Then just say that. But don't say that y'all are on the fence, but y'all don't do nothing to appease that spiritual side.
Nah, because listen.
What?
Right. Wait. No. I know what he's saying. I know what he's saying.
Yeah.
Here's how I look at it. The only difference is that I don't share the faith. I don't pray. I don't do those things. I don't give back. I don't give back my what they call it give back my grace, or whatever. I don't do that because I feel like I put in a lot of energy to do a lot of stuff that I say. Hold on, let me finish. I feel like I accomplish a lot of the stuff that I do off of my will. I don't think someone gave me that. I think that everybody has instincts and you learn things as you grow. No matter where you're at, you're going to adapt to that environment. You're going to learn how to do it because that's called survival. You learn that. That's the first thing you learn when you come out. You learn survival. You start surviving in many different ways. So you're going to learn these instincts as you grow. And then we say, this is the free will because you don't want to do this. You don't want to put your hand on that stove because it's hot. You don't want to keep it there. You know to take that shit away. It hurts. What the fuck? Like that's why you're gonna do it. It's a shocking pain that you don't want to continue. I think that they may have been beings that were like us, that walked the earth prior to this time, that maybe came from another place, that maybe were more advanced, that maybe had advanced technology. If they came from something, I don't know what they would have came from, but I'm assuming it would have been another being kind of like themselves. But I think that there was a starting point. I just don't know what that starting point, but I'm not gonna just completely put that starting point into a religion unless it's gonna bring me something. And a lot of times it's a lot of propaganda, it's a lot of stuff that's going on. Like, I'm not saying this is for everybody, but everybody knows how corrupt the church is in America. Like, church is like very corrupt all over the place. There's pastors that have sex with women outside of the congregation and misuse the funds from the church and things like that. That's not what the God that they preach for. That's not what he would want. He wouldn't want any of that stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's disingenuous for me to partake in that type of environment. And you never know which environment is doing this. So it's just best, if I did believe this, to just do it on my own, by myself. And then what's the point? Because we want everybody, we want all of our brothers to go to the promised land. The one story that I remember of religion is that Gabriel was very influential with God because he sat next to God and watched God put certain tests to man and allow them to make a choice to decide whether or not they're going to put themselves in this bad situation. And he would sneak out and go and help them and go and help people to try to guide them the right way. And they would still make the wrong decision. And he would come back and say to God, he's like, you knew they were going to do that. Yeah, I knew they were going to do that.
He's here.
It's just kind of crazy to see that somebody would put somebody through a situation like that. Like, if you're a parent, are you going to do something to your kid that could potentially end their life? No, because your safety is everything. Like, he's our parent. So why would he do mischievous things like that? It just makes you question how, like,
the parenting.
No, it makes you question these stories, because it's like, if somebody would do something like that and put people through that, then he really does. He knows us better than we know ourselves. So why would he put us in a situation like that?
So
why not save us from?
So you believe it's all fake, or some of it?
Earlier, like
Once
the
again,
and stuff like that.
I believe that God is in all of us. So when the babies die, you're not saying the baby's just dying. You're saying God is dying. Listen, God is the baby.
Okay.
And the baby had leukemia. God had leukemia. God was experiencing that. I believe all of us have God inside of us that God is consciousness. So when we do bad things and evil things, I think we're tapped into Lucifer, which is our evil conscious. You see what I'm saying? Both of these entities, which are both under God, you see what I'm saying? Because God runs everything, are giving us the free range to do whatever the fuck we want to do in this physical realm until Judgment Day. Judgment Day is going to come and God is going to be like, look, I'll let y'all do what, but this is based off of my beliefs, based off of some of the text, not all of the text, but some of the text.
Right,
you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I could be wrong, but I feel right. You see what I'm saying?
That and your passion is respected, bro. I have nothing wrong because you're a good person. I have nothing wrong.
Let me just say this last thing,
Go ahead.
though. I just feel like a lack of acknowledgement is a lack of consideration.
Mm-hmm.
So if you believe in God and you don't acknowledge it, then you don't acknowledge God. It's just that simple. That's why I get like how I'm getting, because it's just like, say that then. Don't say that like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I believe in something. Then you don't really believe in it because you don't care about it. You're not doing anything for it.
Right.
It's just there. Like, you see what I'm saying?
That's the difference, right? Because what I do believe in is love.
Okay.
And I believe that I can love a human being for simply being a human being.
Mm-hmm. But you do things for love. And that love is subjective to the person. But that's all I'm saying, bro. How could you not love yourself? Loving yourself is really loving God because God created you. That's your belief. Yeah, you're right. That's my belief.
And again, I keep saying it. It kind of sounds like,
because you don't believe God created
you. I respect it, but I don't.
I
don't. You know what I mean? And I don't think that, like I said, when I went back to my initial statement, I just don't believe it's divine. Like, you can believe that. Mm-hmm. I just don't, because there would be divine intervention.
What's divinity to you?
Divinity is what we're talking about right now, right? Some higher power that's able to cast spells and do all different types of amazing, miraculous things.
As a human, or has like...
Is that a human?
It like what you're referring to sounds like a human with almighty powers.
Well, here's some other shit. They said that,
because I don't believe in that.
They said that God.
I don't believe in that.
God favored a lot of these people because they looked like him, like the beard, the long hair sounds like Zeus. But they said that he liked Abraham because Abraham looked like him. He liked what's his name, Moses.
I could explain why
Moses
all that.
like
I know you're not gonna believe it though, but there's a
no. Go ahead, please.
reason why. It's because when God created many different things,
right?
But the reason why certain people he called his chosen people, why he chose to speak through, if you follow the story, you don't gotta believe it, but he chose to speak through only 12 tribes that came out of Israel.
Okay.
It's because that came from the bloodline that which he created. But other fallen angels, they did things to create their own species. So that's when the whole legend, he flooded the whole earth.
That's a mixture. That's a mixture.
I mean, that's a belief though.
But if that's coming from scripture, that's a mixture of different scriptures. Because there were angels that came down here. Remember the story of Noah?
I said that.
But those were not good angels. Those
exactly.
were fallen angels.
That's why the flood happened.
Right.
Wiped them out.
Right.
And that's what I'm trying to say. So Noah's family was still his original creation. So that's why they said it looked like him, because in the beginning it said God made man in his own image.
There was families before Noah.
Of course that, but I'm saying it's all came from that line. That's why in the beginning when it said God made man in his own image, that's why I said he looked like him, because he's made in his image.
Right.
But all the other creations,
because Enoch was like the great grandfather of Noah or some shit.
He was in his bloodline.
Right.
In his bloodline.
Yo, it's crazy. The movie Noah. Did any of you see that?
Nah, I don't like that whitewashing shit.
I don't like it either, but it just puts things in a visual.
Is it new or
perspective.
is it like an old movie?
It came out in 2000 something.
Yeah.
Okay. I ain't never
So,
seen
but
it.
it's not like from the 80s.
It's not ancient.
Yeah.
But
It's got good technology and pretty cool stuff. But it's Russell Crowe.
I don't
It's
like
Noah.
that, man.
You don't like Maximus?
He spit on Azalea Banks.
Oh,
Fuck that nigga.
Okay, that's not funny. I was laughing. That's not funny, but
That's
I didn't expect him to
if
say
he
that.
did that,
That's all.
that's grimy. It's grimy for anybody to
He
spit
did
on
that
anybody.
shit, nigga.
But why did he do that?
He said that she was threatening to kill him and she was going crazy and she had a knife in her hand.
But
That's what I mean. I know that's what
what's
they-
spitting gonna do? But I don't know. Like I don't know. That just sounds crazy. That's a whole nother thing right there. But anyway, Noah.
You spit on me, I'm acting crazy too.
No, she did it because he did it because of acting crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like what's spitting gonna do? Like you acting crazy. Oh, I'll spit on you, and that'll make you stop. Like that's
Yeah.
that don't make no sense.
He was like two wrongs don't make a right.
He claimed he
was
ain't
right
do it.
wrong, so.
He claimed
Oh, he
he didn't
claimed
do
he
it.
didn't
Yeah. RZA said he didn't do it too.
Oh.
RZA was there.
Yeah, I believe RZA. Shout out to RZA.
Shout out to RZA.
Really
Wu
seemed like
Tang,
cool.
Wu Tang forever, bro. But
Wu-Tang for the babies, nigga.
shit, I don't know. Like the Noah story is kind of crazy because they show the giants,
Mhm.
and then they show the flood, and then they talk about Leviathan and all these things, the sea monster, and they talk about how certain giants, they gave them names, but the names of these giants are in different stories and different religions. So it's like crazy, like Gilgamesh.
Mhm.
Gilgamesh was one of those giants, but Gilgamesh is in
The epic of deal.
Arabian type of story
But
shit. You know
that
what I mean?
doesn't contradict it. That's why God
It doesn't contradict it, but it's
worship
just
other gods.
crazy that they have that these stories are so
'Cause
they
it really
favor each
happened.
other. But you know what it reminds me of?
Well,
The telephone game.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like I tell a story, and by the time it gets to 30 people, it's a completely different story. You know what I mean? But it still has those elements. There's some truth to it.
That was a man's deception, though.
Well, it was a lot of shit going on. It was a lot of shit going on at that time. Like, look at movies like The Matrix and The Terminator.
yeah,
The series
yeah,
itself.
yeah.
Like movies like that kind of depict man's understanding of what they believe is going on, like all of these different stories, and they kind of make it. Well, to go a little bit deeper, because it's Black History Month.
That's why you mentioned
A black-
Matrix in terms the black lady,
a black
right?
lady made that
shit. Yeah.
Yo, shout out to her. I'm gonna leave her clip in the description, but
Yep.
she created the Matrix. She
And
created the
Terminator.
red pill.
And Terminator, the Matrix
And
and
Terminator.
Terminator. Yep.
It was her shit. And like a lot of shit, it gets stolen from us.
Yeah.
So get your copyrights. That's your lesson for today. Get your copyrights. But shit, like they talking about shooting down aliens, bro. Like what about that shit? Like and we don't believe in
It's the
nothing.
same conversation, though.
Is it?
It's the same conversation.
So aliens came from God.
Aliens are
Everything.
either fallen angels
Dinosaurs.
or regular angels,
Okay.
nigga. All aliens are either fallen angels or regular angels, my nigga.
Like Critters. Remember the movie Critters?
Yeah.
Was y'all,
They make
remember
a
when
lot of
They
movies.
came down and didn't have no face.
Even
I
Alien,
Oh,
those
check it
alien movies, my nigga.
That's
Like
in demonic,
those are
bro.
fucking demons, my nigga.
That's in the not seeing
Those are demons, my nigga. That's what I would think of when I think of it.
Well,
It's a space
yo,
demon.
the way that the stories are depicted, like I've read the story of King. I was reading back then, bro. I read the story of King Solomon, and one thing about King Solomon when he was building the empire.
King Solomon.
King Solomon, right? He was building a place of worship for God, right? Whether you believe these stories or not, you know what I mean? It's just it's entertaining to me, if anything else. It's awesome stories. But the story of Enoch was crazy because he was given a ring. I think Gabriel. It's always Gabriel. Gabriel brought him a ring.
Mm-hmm.
the ring had runes on it. Now, for people that's not familiar with what runes are symbols that different like Wiccans or different people that do spells and stuff like that, they use these to keep things away or to keep luck or things like that. So there was a ring that had runes on it, and these runes were blessed by God, and God really liked Solomon, favored Solomon or whatever. So Solomon had a servant that he gave the ring to, and he told him to go get all of these demons. So he went to get all these demons. Now this is where the story gets good, because I like horror movies. So this should be made into a movie. But this was kind of crazy how they describe all the demons, like how they go from the top demon all the way down to like genies, who are also considered demons, right? But they're called jinn. So all of these things, but they're all from different parts of the world. So everything was different. Like they had dragons, which come from Asia. They had the jinn, which come from like Middle East and shit like that. So he had all of these demons coming to help him build this massive place of worship. And they all had different abilities, and they controlled legions of other demons or whatever.
The fuck is wrong with me? I'm sorry.
You good. The craziest thing about the story is that he had everything, but it kind of highlights how he allowed him to possess over all of these demons and use them as he see fit, because demons, yes, because he was the king of the earth, the underworld, and above, just to control that. So God made him the ruler of all of that on earth. So whatever is like the middle part, like not heaven, because God owns heaven, whatever, but like that middle part, earth, and all of the things below. So the demons all was working for King Solomon, bro, building a damn a church, pretty much.
Where?
You know what I mean? Wherever the hell he was at.
So you're saying the demons were building. The demons, when we think of demons,
This fucks with him right
hold
now.
on. When we think of demons, right, we're thinking like in hell creatures. So the demons came from hell.
These were.
Hold on, let me get this out.
They came. Hold on. Let me say this first. If you know the story of demons, they were first angels
Cast down.
Right.
To where?
To hell.
To hell. So they weren't cast down to heaven.
They weren't cast down to hell. They were cast down to hell, and they were given assignments by whoever was their leader. So their leader could have been Lucifer.
How did they get from hell?
Beelzebul or whatever.
How did they get from hell to earth?
How did they get there?
They got there.
He summoned them.
So if they were summoned.
He summoned them, yeah.
So if they were summoned through magic.
Yeah.
They were summoned through magic.
Okay.
He summoned demons because he was told by God to summon demons. That's what you're saying?
No. I didn't say that. They gave him a ring.
Who gave him a ring?
Gabriel.
So
follow me.
An angel gave.
Okay, stay where we at. Because you going
I never
all
heard
over
the
the place.
story. I just
that's what I'm saying. I don't know all this shit, bro. I just learned this shit. You want me? You making it too difficult for me. But I love it because the story. I know you like this story.
I'm like, wait a minute.
This story crazy.
How did they get?
Because you know
hell?
about King Solomon. Y'all heard about King Solomon.
What book?
Yeah,
what book
for
did you
sure.
get this from?
This is from Enoch.
Oh,
This is stories that went down further from Enoch. So Enoch kind of had
read a little bit.
He had like a front row seat to like everything that was going on while stuff was going on. But on earth, King Solomon was that dude at one point. Like he was one of God, because God had favorites throughout periods in history. King Solomon was one of his favorites. So he gave King Solomon, he basically had the power to do whatever he wanted. And King Solomon was greedy. he wanted everything because he had all this power, and he wanted all the most beautiful. He had the most beautiful wives. He had multiple wives, bro.
So he was being favored by God, and he was greedy.
Yes.
But he gave back to God, though.
Because it's like desire becomes insatiable when you can have everything. And it's like when you know you have the power to have everything, what more can you have? And it's like he doesn't have anything else that he wanted until he sees this woman. This woman, I forgot her name. We got to look up the story. But there was this woman that he wanted. And he got her, but it was a catch. She was like, you can have me, but if you take me, you got to do some shit. And when he did that, God, like disowned him.
What is the topic?
Trauma.
And how it affects men and women differently.
Right.
Or if it affects men and women differently, or is that just a masquerade?
Well, the ideology is that it hurts women and builds men. And I understand that as hard times make strong men, easy times make weak men. You know what I mean? So like our fathers and grandfathers or whatever probably went through wars and they fought for us to be safe and everything. So we've been safe and we don't know what it's like to pick up rocks. We don't know what it's like to be banging on the railroad. We don't know what it's like to be a slave. And so when things happen now, we're not as prepared as they were for the worst. So I think men need a little bit of trauma in their life. Like you need like a lot of people don't agree with this, but I believe that every man should have at least one fight in their life when you're growing up to know what it's like to get punched in the face, to know what it's like to, go through that so that you're not surprised.
I see his point.
You know what I mean? Like,
point,
and that's the impact for a father. I'm not saying that your father's gonna punch you in the face, but for your father to make you tough so that you're ready for the hardships of the world. So he can tell you, yo, somebody put their hands on you, this is what you're gonna do. You know what I mean? And know how to defend yourself, because at some point you're going to be protecting a family, right? Yeah. So there's that. Yeah. And for women, it hurts them. I think trauma fucks them up. Trauma makes them hard to deal with. Trauma makes women hard for the connection that men have. See, men are already hard. We're rough and tumble. We're already a little rugged. You know what I mean? When we meet the woman kind of soothes the savage beast, as they say. You know what I mean? She calms us down. She brings the calm to our storm. So the woman is essential to the man in terms of making him calmer, in certain situations, being more level-headed. We're logical, they're emotional. Traumas will bother a woman more, and we can dive deeper into what those traumas are, but I think in an overall sense, trauma is bad. Trauma is a struggle that you endure. So like if she's enduring certain struggles and hardships, it's gonna make her, because of the overbearing emotional sense, it might make it harder for her to cope with normal social interactions. And for guys, we might kind of elevate or rise to the occasion, as they say, in that situation where this shit just made me better. I lost 10 fights in the boxing match. Now I'm 30-10. You know what I mean? So it can go either way. I guess you could say it could go either way for man or woman, but we need men to protect the women, and that's where I land my plane.
Yeah. Now, that's the one thing that sold me, because it's a man's job too. It's in our nature to be that protector.
Right.
So it's well, I would say this as well. Excluding that one point, I will also add, it also depends, because there's men who are more feminine and there are some women who are more masculine. So it comes down, I feel like, who got the masculine energy, they're gonna take that trauma and turn it into gold, turn lead into gold. Because that's more like a masculine trait.
Sorry.
Okay.
But there's some females who are built tough like that and could handle with a. Now I'm not saying masculine, being
but that's the thing that goes into what I'm saying. That hurts women, because think about it. the dynamic
Oh,
is that we connect. Do you want a masculine woman, right? Yeah, exactly. So like, I don't want a woman like that. I want a woman I can protect, not a woman that can protect me. Like, it's weird. It's
Because
like,
you a manly man.
who's gonna go downstairs if somebody break into the house?
Because you're a masculine man.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the energy that men have inside of them. They have that masculinity. It's like we just don't tap into it a lot of times because we grew up in an environment, certain times broken home and shit like that. But
this is the first time I agree with you tonight. Yeah.
Ah, bro.
That was dope, though.
Nah, I mean, like, well, on the topic of religion,
He was saying some wild stuff, y'all. He was saying some crazy stuff.
What did I say that was wild?
Everything.
Listen,
You ain't heard?
the only
What did he say that was so wild? You think I did too?
Not as wild as his,
What
but
did he say when I was gone?
pretty much the same stuff.
Because I don't
But
think
he
he said
said-
nothing that crazy. Like,
Well, okay, I see what you. No, okay, let me not say it like that. Okay, let me not say it like that.
Well,
I'm
because
obviously
I'm
joking.
saying, I know you're
I'm
joking.
obviously joking.
But I'm saying to the
No,
point
but
that
it's not crazy.
people-
It's not crazy.
No,
He said he didn't believe in God.
Right. So
That's
so
crazy.
to the point of the believer, right?
Yeah, I understand
It's
what you're
blasphemous.
That's your opinion.
It's blasphemous.
No, I get what
But
you're
it's only
saying.
blasphemous.
My opinion is that's crazy.
I get exactly what you're saying.
I think that's wild.
I take that back because what you're saying is not illogical.
Yeah.
But I understand. I believe what I believe just purely off of the faith. Because I actually have confirmation where I seen things happen, like stuff that was in the Bible. Like I see it. That's just my experience, though. So that sold me in believing it.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like at the end of the day, I can admit I don't know. I'm going off of faith. I could 100% admit that I'm going off of faith.
Believing, but
I'm not blindly believing. That's the thing. Because I had my proof. That's not blind. I can't prove it to you, but my proof, I'm sold 100%. And it happens consistently. That's not blind. I actually see what's going on.
Okay, so
that's why. But
it's not just faith.
Okay, you're right. But okay, I can see. But it is a level of faith because I didn't seek out my actual eyes.
Do you think you're a prophet? Because it's a lot of people that have strong beliefs that have never seen things that you probably have seen. So do you think that you're a special person?
I wouldn't call myself a prophet, but I believe because I put in the work, God showed me. I had to put in the work.
So these are blessings that you're referring to.
I guess if you could call it that. Well, it can happen to anybody, though.
Right.
I put in the work to do it. The same way how you go to the gym and lift.
But
like,
see, that's the thing.
I went to my spiritual gym.
Okay. All right. So
and I got buff as hell, bro.
So what you did was you just poured more into your faith, and things started to happen that you just was like.
And that's why I told her maybe you have to believe it first to start seeing it more.
Yeah, I do believe in something, but I don't know.
Okay, I get you.
Everybody calls it. If it's Jesus, if it's whatever the other, like I don't know who it is or what it is, but I believe there is something because I already been knowing about Christianity and stuff like that growing up. Like I went to church, I read the Bible and stuff, but then since I got older, I've been looking into like the Illuminati and stuff like that, and like just researching and not looking into it like to.
I know what you mean. Yeah, we gotta know what's up.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with this statement? A lack of acknowledgement is a lack of consideration. Do you agree with that?
No, because I am considering it because I think there was something here before something created all of us. Like
so that means you acknowledged it.
Yeah.
So that means
I don't know if it's what we call it or if everything that they say is true to the T. But I believe there's something, whether it's God or Buddha or whoever.
You have no faith, Father.
So I believe in something. I know we got here somehow. It had to start somewhere. Like what you said about science. Something created that. It couldn't just be science. Like where would it come from? So it had to be something.
She believes there's a
but
possibility.
I don't know
I think that's
what
she's
it
saying.
is.
So she's not
anybody
completely saying that she doesn't believe.
She's agnostic.
Anybody could write a book and say that this is what happened. We weren't there. We don't know. So I need
I see what you're saying.
more
Yeah,
proof than just a story, because essentially that's all it is until you can
Greatest
actually
story ever
prove
wrote,
it.
by the way.
So Smiley, you atheist, and you're agnostic.
He just putting me in a box.
Yeah, because sometimes you can't
why?
do that though, because
No,
everybody
yeah,
have
you
like
can't
it's a
do that.
different.
But we're in a
Do
box.
that.
I mean,
We're in a
but
box.
No, you not. You say you spiritual.
You've been calling us bad, like
I didn't call you
either
nothing.
religious or spiritual
That's what
or
you
your
said you
faith.
was.
Or
You said you spiritual.
Yeah,
You said
I
that
am
you're a
spiritual.
Christian.
I never said that.
Oh,
I never said that.
well, what are you?
Spirituality and religion
I
are
follow
two
the Christian
different
faith, but Christian, I don't. That's why I said Jesus wasn't a Christian.
Okay.
So like, I'm not.
I believe
I'm not
you
putting
have
a
to
label
believe
it.
in
I follow
God
the faith,
to
but
believe
it
in
wasn't called nothing back when they was
spirituality.
walking
If you don't
around.
believe in
So
God,
I'm calling it.
you don't believe in
But
spirituality.
you believe that,
And that faith.
there was a divine
I believe
a
that's something
divine
created
power
is
that created us.
In the Bible, I believe the Bible,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
they
Alright.
labeled it. That's what they told us. How do you know that
What
it
do you-
is God?
What do you think is God?
I don't know. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Now I
So
get
you're
what
not even trying to guess, is what you're saying.
I don't know.
But
Because
that's what
you
I'm saying,
don't
that's-
know,
but that's all
because
it
you don't
is.
know, you
That's
don't even
faith.
want to assume.
She's
That's
a practical thinker. She's
That's
like,
faith, right.
She guessing
That's
is like
faith.
it's irrelevant to her.
Right.
It's a different way of thinking. Yeah.
That's just faith, bro. That's just
Exactly.
faith. At the end of the day,
she's more like a
that's faith.
scientific mind. She wants to see the proof and then like, okay, that's what I believe because I see the proof instead of just guessing like.
yo,
'cause
this
she don't
dude just,
know.
if a dude
Right?
just
Is that cool?
phase through the wall and be like, listen guys, it's me. And then just phase back out, then we all gonna sit here and say,
We will
they gonna be
believe
like,
that's the
they gonna be like,
Antichrist.
see, he gonna say something else. I'm gonna be
We
like,
gonna
yeah.
believe that's the Antichrist.
Like,
Me
yo,
personally, I
What if God put on his face and what it do? What it do?
It's crazy. It's crazy because I like everything that all the stories that you've heard from any biblical text are phenomenal stories. Like they're entertaining. They have a winner. You know what I mean? And all you have to do is this one thing. You just gotta believe in His power, and He's gonna get you through it.
Do you
He's telling
believe
to
in
do
any
this.
of the texts then? I'm asking any of them. Do you believe there's any truth
Belief
in
is
any?
so strong, yo.
Cause I thought you did at first. That's why I said
It sounds like he do.
So that's why I said
That's why I'm
but that's the lie.
confused, bro.
Nah, because-
How do you believe in
Nah.
the story, but
Because
you don't
wanna
believe?
but
Nah,
not
because
being a bigger
It's
That is
because-
real.
right, It's like, yo, I'm a-
drink, but I
I'm a-
need an apocalypse.
I'm a
And
reader.
It's gonna be too late. But
I'm
now I
no.
believe, like,
Listen,
I don't know,
because
like,
he knows if he's true, if he is real, right?
haven't
And he
seen
knows
it.
everything. He knows that I have a good heart. He knows that I don't mean any harm to anyone. So if he's so jealous, right? Like he's a jealous guy, right? We've heard that.
Yeah,
In the
if
Bible.
you worshiping other gods.
If he is, then he's gonna be upset that hey, I didn't believe it all this time. And if he brings it there, now you believe it. I mean, you ain't killed nobody, you ain't doing crazy, but you couldn't at least believe in me. Like, yo, I ain't doing nothing wrong. Like, so what? Like, why you gonna be selfish like that, bro?
But there's specific rules though, and you forgetting the rule. You have to not only believe in God, but you have to believe that His Son came down and died for us. That's a part of the package too.
That's crazy, but I got ancestors that died too. They ain't asked to
So,
die.
but those
That's
are his
not my.
rules.
That's not. That
I
was
know.
nothing to do with me.
No, I got that.
They're
but
still
those
with
are,
you.
But those are just His
Your
rules just to
ancestors are
get
still
in.
with you. That's
the
your genetics, bro.
Right,
That's your
right,
genes.
that part.
Your genes, in my opinion, is the fucking lineage that you.
The Anunnaki, we were God.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they made
That's what
your
they say.
your DNA from the ancestors and their, you know what I'm saying? But do I believe that Anunnaki are God? No. I believe they're fallen angels.
Do
You see
you
what I'm saying?
believe-
Some of them were good angels though, but some of them were demons.
But wait. But Smiley, do you believe any of those stories?
I just.
No, like the little things you was talking, because you was excited to tell us
Nah,
about that.
I was excited. I was excited to talk about it because
I thought you believed it though.
Because
It's
we've
just-
never seen
it's just-
a spirit
it's
or
just
something
different.
That it sounds
It's just
illogical
different.
to
the only
wrap
the
our
only
head
thing
around
like
it.
I'll share something with everybody. So when I was younger, growing up in the hood, it was tough. You know what I mean? I had to walk through the whole hood by myself. You know what I mean? For a long time. You know what I mean? And all types of whatever you could think that could happen bad in the hood, it happened. I'm not gonna be too elaborate, but shit happened. And I used to say this prayer when I used to walk. It was in Psalm, but it was supposed to be like a safety protection shit, and I memorized it. So I memorized it to the point I would be able to say it in my head. So I say it in my head because he can still hear it, right? So I say it in my head, and nothing bad would happen to me. And I was like, yo, this is true. And then like one day I knew something bad was gonna happen, and I said it, and nothing bad happened. I thought about that, right? Because I was younger at the time. I was a teenager, and all the male figures in my life was in jail. So it wasn't nobody like to guide me or protect me or any of that. You know what I mean? I had to, you know, figure it out. So I had this belief because I didn't have anything else to worry about. Like I didn't have to worry about bills. I didn't have to worry about any of that shit. Now I don't say that anymore. What made me stop?
Yeah.
I was wondering why I was saying it in the first place. But
it was working.
Was it? Or was it in my head? I just allowed myself to not be afraid to do whatever I had to do, because if shit happens, I'm just gonna do what I gotta do. I allowed myself to think that way. But I forced myself to think that way by chanting something. Like I grew up and I was like, yo, this is ridiculous.
You just believe the brain was developed out of nothing, or out of science.
It's like, and not to. I'm gonna answer your question, but it's funny because whenever you say some shit that's crazy, then you'll be challenged by another believer of faith to believe okay, what about this? Like it's always, well, if you don't do that, then how about this? Because I just
want to know what you believe, dog.
I told you, it's like it. I mean, I guess I don't believe much, but I'm a skeptic, but I'm still Mulder. Like at the end of the day,
Specifically about the brain, though, do you just believe that it's just a coincidence that the brain just developed the way it developed, and we think and we're different from? You think that's just science? We just evolved that way.
Because thinking about it so in depth like that, it'll drive you crazy and will make you unproductive.
You gotta ask certain questions.
You said they'll make you unproductive.
It will, like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, like, some things,
I
like,
didn't expect him to say
I worry
that.
about, because,
deflection at his fight.
because that's how, yo, I swear, yo, it's crazy.
When
I think about it, trying to figure out a way to solve something that you can't solve is crazy.
Yeah, that's.
And I'm still trying to solve shit that I can't solve. That's actually tangible shit.
You
I'd rather put more energy
can't
into
solve how a brain was developed. That's what you're saying? You can't. You don't even have a concept.
You want me?
I'm asking. I don't know. I don't want you to do nothing but answer.
I have a
if
concept.
You believe.
I have a concept of development.
Okay.
Everything develops.
Okay, so you believe that there was a point where there was no brain, there was no human, there was no.
What was first? So
I can't answer that question.
So it has to have been dirt.
It has to have been the creator.
It has to have been dirt.
Sure, Smiley.
No, but I'm saying
it has to have been dirt.
It has to
You're
have
right.
been dirt, right?
I believe
it. It has to have been dirt, right?
Joe motherfucking dirt.
It has to have been dirt.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Believe it.
I like
topsoil even.
The only way that I can prove that things can be created out of nothing is by putting something on something and just watching shit happen.
Well, who put something on it? Something had to create the something.
Nobody.
Something had to create the something.
Just happened, bro.
Nah, but what happens when you put a seed into the soil?
Something had to
a chain reaction.
So you're God.
Put into a
that's why God exists.
Or being like put labels.
He saw this only created.
But that's what I'm saying. I put a seed into the ground and made food for myself. I'm God.
Oh, well, I'm not saying you. I mean, you are.
You are. Because that's a reflection of what your father taught you. You didn't even see you do it, but you did it, motherfucker, because you are a God, my nigga. You put fucking something and made something out of nothing.
God
nigga.
made man his own image. If you could plant, God could plant. God planted you, and you rose up from the ground.
Out
And
of
you
dirt.
could plant,
I
and
came
you
from
could
dirt.
birth.
God is in
Exactly.
all of us.
What
we are
Smiley's a
God.
believer now.
What
That's how
did
I'm
he-
gonna for Smiley's a
We
believer.
are gods,
Listen,
bro.
what did he plant?
You.
The seed
No.
of life, nigga.
Well, I don't know, but we got it. So
There's crazy theories in other religions, like in mythology, like that there was this god that he just had an orgasm and
all that's
sprayed
fake.
all
It's
of
fake.
these things and they became stars.
It's fake.
And
That's
I don't
fake.
It was an
being
orgasm?
labeled Chris.
Yeah, he talking about the
Chris,
into
what's your
Egypt.
name? Is your name Christopher?
Oh no, that's my middle name. My real name is Karim.
Karim.
Karim Christopher Richards.
Oh, but look, I don't like being labeled. Okay?
I'm sorry, I'm not
Because
trying to label you.
call
I just
me-
wanted to know what
Oh,
y'all
I don't
believe.
even know what is that.
Basically, like you
What you
have
call it? What you call it?
Oh,
Agnostic.
Ooh.
It's basically when you have a concept of God, but you're not committed to a religious. You just believe that there's
Agnostic means, like,
something.
you believe something, but you don't know what it is.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and that's.
But
you know what I'm saying?
It's not
But
like
that
a
was-
bad- it's not
It
like a
do
bad word.
sound like a bad
But
word, but
like
it's
the
not.
whole,
Like, I
the
swear it's
whole,
not.
the whole X-Files, if you guys are familiar with it,
I used to watch it back
the
Yeah,
then.
whole
for
the
sure.
whole premise of the show
There's
wasn't
something out there.
it was that, but it was him trying to make his partner believe.
Oh, that's what it was.
How does she
kept-
not believe?
He kept
She
trying to convince
believed.
her. He
Okay.
kept trying to convince her.
Didn't she believe?
What?
He didn't believe.
Solving cases.
They
that
saw-
With
way.
alien shit,
Yeah,
yeah.
man,
How
wild,
does she not
all
believe?
type of wild shit. Like everything
Exactly,
he said was
Smiley.
true.
You the lady right now. You're the lady.
I'm Scully.
You're Scully.
But
You
I
know.
said-
he did say
but
that.
I said-
he did say
but
that.
I said,
At least
I'm
you
also-
honest.
Like,
yeah,
At least you honest.
But I'm also a little bit of molder because I
You're
entertain this because I'm looking.
Yeah, you are.
I'm looking to try to find out if these ancient beliefs are true.
Yeah.
Because there's all different ancient beliefs, and that's what I'm saying. Like,
But Smiley, I still want you to explain how did something come from nothing.
The Big Bang
I'm not.
Theory.
Well,
Where did the bang come from?
well, see, that's what I'm saying. They're saying okay. So science says that that's what happened, right? But faith says no, that's not what happened. He created the heaven, then he created this, and he created, then he, that's what they say in that. But there's two different stories that could make sense.
Yeah.
The Big Bang Theory could make sense. You know what I mean?
I guess you could say that because you said who created God?
Right. So
I
I'm like,
guess,
I see more evidence I see more evidence of rock just coming together because we still have meteor showers that fall and they're rock. And I'm pretty sure there's organisms inside of that rock that grow and that become other things. You know what I mean? So there's not, life comes from somewhere, but I'm just saying, I don't know where it comes from. So is it just like God, like, let me throw this theory. All right, that's Earth. Is that how it happened? Did he create the Big Bang? That's a little further to dig deeper into it.
Yeah.
And maybe the way that they explain it is this, because we don't know what happened before Earth. We only know this, right? And then there's dinosaurs, and then there's this, and then there's that. So I can't believe that fossils are real. I can't believe that people can travel in a spaceship. I can't believe any of this because he won't let us do it. But there's advances in technology all the time. They actually have fucking robots that look like people now. Now they have that. It's so fucking weird. I'm gonna share the clip in the fucking shit. It's crazy. They got weird shit every day. And now AI, and it's just coincidence, because we're using that word today, that I watched The Matrix or the series. I was just like I don't know, I was just feeling like watching it. I watched that, and then I watched The Terminator, but I watched it differently than I watched it before.
You watch it like
when you see something at the
Yeah.
end,
I watched it and tried to like read into it, like
and see the signs.
2029, like at that point in time, like it was so far beyond.
wasn't thinking about
but we're
it.
here.
Mhm.
And then I remember something else that I read, that in 50 years there was a comet that was gonna come and it was gonna hit us or some shit.
Yeah, it says that's in the Bible too.
But they say that all the time. It was supposed to be the end of the world, 2012.
My theory is that we're gonna do it to ourselves.
Yeah, because
my
stuff
theory.
is happening that
It's world fucking shit that's going on right now. It's wars that's going on right now. You know what I mean? So,
Y'all heard about CERN? You ain't know about CERN?
nah, wow.
It's like this laboratory where they're trying to open the portal and trying to like, they got like some weird demonic stuff going on. They're trying to open the portal and like bring a beast out of it, you know.
Yo, like Stranger Things?
Yeah,
Yo! Yo, send me that link, yo. Send me that link,
They had a
bro.
ceremony where they had like, they were showing it.
These people crazy. And
That's
then those
crazy,
people are crazy.
bro.
Like, if you, like, I
Those are
don't
y'all
want
scientists,
to-
though. That's
So
science.
wait, so
That's
so
science.
you think they're shooting UFOs? So niggas is
Yo, yeah,
shooting UFOs like I just heard somebody just told me that, and it you know why it's funny to me, because I watched the X-Files.
Yeah.
So you already know where my mind at. You already know how I be thinking. So it's like funny, like everybody be like, "Oh, you crazy, you stupid." So here's my theory before everybody goes crazy on it. I just gotta say this one thing with a discussion that I had that somebody brought this to my attention, which is crazy. One, there's the threat of warfare. So people are afraid that shit is going on that shouldn't be going on and people invading our airspace, so they have to be on guard. So an unidentified flying object doesn't mean that it came from another planet.
Yeah.
It could have come from another country.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, that they have this crazy technology and they're able to do this shit, then they're a threat. So they see him as a threat. Now that's one theory. But my theory is that if they did shoot a real alien, nigga, what the fuck is what they waiting for? Cause I saw Independence Day, nigga.
Yeah.
Nigga, you fuck with one of them niggas,
Yeah.
now the whole fleet of fucking Star Wars Enterprise
And my
shit
thing
coming
is,
through, bro.
if it's really aliens, why they get shot down so easily?
Right.
Like we got old technology.
They
like,
shit
come on,
is
like,
advanced
I
as
know,
fuck.
right? Like,
We
just
traveling
looking at it.
years through space,
They
not
get shot down
miles,
by
bro.
one pilot. Like,
Years, my nigga. They don't even fucking measure that shit in fucking distance. They measure the shit in time, bro.
Yeah,
That's how
yeah.
far them niggas would be coming, bro.
I think it's other countries like using alien technology, but obviously they're not good at it, so they just trying to like I don't know, but I feel like they could probably reverse engineer.
Because there's been
like
mad
Bob
sightings,
Lazar.
yo.
Yeah.
Whether you believe it or not,
Yeah.
it's been mad sightings that they caught with their cameras and shit of
Yeah,
shit going
yeah,
like this
yeah.
real fast. Like
Yeah.
nothing could do that.
Yeah.
So it's like
I believe that stuff is legit,
Weird
though.
lights in
it's
the sky.
crazy
I believe
though.
that stuff is
But
legit.
some people think of it like in a spiritual sense.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
some people
yeah,
think
yeah,
about
yeah,
it like,
yeah.
yo, it's other stuff out there that we don't know about. Like, you know what I mean? But either way, the way you think about it,
It's
it's
crazy.
still crazy.
It's crazy.
The thing about it is, like, why would they not retaliate, and why would we retaliate so harshly? Like,
That's why I don't think it's really
if our
aliens,
science if our scientists are so smart, they wouldn't do something so stupid. You know what I mean? Like,
It might just be like a part of an agenda to do something else, like a smoke screen, like
Yeah.
like a setup for something bigger, like
Yeah.
how they try to set up like with COVID, like they planned that, they planned it.
Yeah.
Right.
COVID was planned. So I feel like this. Let's do this whole UFO thing and let's make it like, oh, so we shooting down UFOs, and then something else big happen where it's like we expect something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I don't trust them no matter what.
It's wild.
I don't trust them.
Look out for aliens, y'all. Or
But-
demons, whatever y'all want to call them.
Y'all heard about Project Bluebeam?
What's that?
Mhm.
Like the government was planning on, like to some secret documents that got leaked, where the government was planning on using what you call it, like holograms to fake.
Oh.
They said either fake a UFO invasion or fake this coming of Christ, like the Antichrist.
Like a social experiment.
No, just like to trick people for control.
Yeah, like a social. So it's really an intention. It's not just to observe.
No. It's like fake an alien invasion, so everybody gets scared, and then you know what? We need to unite as one world. And then all of a sudden, one world government, as like a part of their agenda.
Do you think?
And
do you
one
think,
person.
Do you think they could be doing shit like in that movie? What was it? The Crazies? Was that the name of the movie?
I ain't seen nothing like that.
This movie. So the government had they had did something to this area, this small town. Everybody in the town was going crazy, doing crazy stuff. And then it started with one dude coming at the sheriff with a gun. And the sheriff was like, all right, put the gun down. But his face looked all crazy, like bloody and stuff. He's like, put the gun down. And then he was about to pull the trigger. And the sheriff was like supposed to be like quick draw type of dude. So he got him before, he shot him in the head in front of the whole thing. And then it just like everybody was frantic or whatever. But then slowly other people started turning crazy and just like turning on people.
So it was like some zombie shit?
So the government was
It was kind of like some zombie shit, but at the end, it was like the government was trying to contain whatever they did. So I guess they leaked some gas or some shit out, and everybody was getting affected by the shit. And some people weren't getting affected by it, and they were looking at what's going on in the town and who was, whatever. And they was like, oh, the whole town's infected. We could destroy them or whatever. And they was about to bomb the whole shit and whatever. Some crazy shit.
Any technology they had in the movies, they have in real life.
You think so?
I believe that.
Anything.
Maybe not everything, but a lot more stuff. I think they already got it.
Yeah,
I think they got it.
I mean,
that's why if they wanted to fake an alien invasion with holograms, I feel like they could do that.
The movie,
panic.
What's the movie?
And COVID showed you
The
that.
Fifth Element.
People gonna
Remember the Fifth Element? How they was flying around?
Yup.
You think they got tech like that we could have a whole bunch of those flying around? Like really?
They know how to do it. They know how to build that.
They got a hovercraft now.
Yeah,
but it don't look like it could stop at lights and stuff.
I feel like the military, they spend billions of dollars researching all that stuff. They got it. They don't release it to the public because they keep it.
Do you think that funding is being misused by building like AI and stuff like that?
It's being misused to mislead the people, bro. Every time, like, you know what I'm saying?
But what do you think about AI? You don't like AI. I know you don't like AI, but
I feel like it could have
like the movie
bad.
Megan.
Gone too far.
Yeah.
Like that. You think like that's like
playing
Wait,
God.
supposed to do when he was like dating the computer girl?
No, Megan it's a little doll. That's a robot.
Oh, okay.
And the little girl had it because her mother passed away or something. So
and then
they made her
AI in it.
The doll had AI in it, and it was learning emotions, and it was becoming human.
I believe that could do that. I believe it could do that.
Definitely. They already got that shit, bro.
That's how they made it.
Crazy.
I don't know if this is true, but I heard a story in Japan where some AI robots already killed like 23 people, and they had to shut it down.
I believe it, bro.
And they was trying to shut down the fourth one. He was downloading from the satellite how to rebuild the other robots.
That's crazy.
And they had to hurry up and the humans won, had to hurry up and disassemble
I believe that shit
Well,
too, bro.
they said that like 3 robots killed like 23 people.
That's
in
why they
Japan.
shouldn't be making them shits. Like, what the fuck is you doing? Why are you making robots?
Oh, yo, I got another.
Big ass kid, they just wanted.
That is Terminator.
That is crazy.
That's
some Terminator type shit. Yo. I'm telling you,
2029.
It's a few more years, and this shit's crazy, bro. I don't know, man. I'm seriously thinking about building a bunker.
You do know they said this mad times though.
Yeah, I know. I've been paying attention to it. Like I've been arming myself with knowledge, man. I know what I need to do and I know what I need to get.
I gotta see it to believe.
But why it didn't happen?
If I had to live in the woods, I would do it. I could survive in the woods.
Yeah, that's good. You gotta be able to know what.
I was watching mass survival
videos. What you
videos.
can't eat. Yeah, yo, be out there like Rambo, bro.
Learning how to build tree houses. For real.
Yeah, you gotta get a bunker.
Yo,
that's probably a better idea.
I got another.
I'm saying being about treehouse, they in bunkers. I'm like, damn.
I got another.
Why do this?
I got another topic. It's not as scientific.
I know, right? Yeah,
my damn scouts out on her head.
I got some crazy shit. I don't know if y'all heard about it.
Whoa.
I sent it to you.
What?
You got to heard it.
Her name is Bad Country.
While we talk about this next topic, you gotta like this topic, Erica.
I don't want to.
Please.
What's the topic?
The next topic is black women being posted only on P3RN
What's that?
Hub.
Oh.
I can't say it.
As soon as you said the hub.
It's a sensitive word on YouTube. Yo. For Black History Month.
For
Wait,
Black History
wait,
Month,
wait,
being posted
what?
out for Black History
Yeah,
Month.
they're only gonna show.
Oh, like a
They're only
category.
gonna show. Yeah, they're only gonna show Ebony.
That's awesome.
Women,
Go them.
women mad about it though.
Women are mad.
I ain't gonna hold you. I kind of feel like that's kind of like exploitation.
offensive.
Yo. It seemed because I feel like every time like they try to do something with black people, it seemed like they try to pervert it like low key, like a low key side, like a low key sneak diss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like low key disrespect.
Right.
It make it seem like praise,
It's like
but
black.
it's like
they
But
black.
that's
people.
black.
Yeah.
But that's Black history.
and then the Black History Month, they give us the shortest month.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? We can't have the whole year to learn about
They
our
give us
culture.
something
We
grimy
gotta
like
go.
that though. Like that's all they could give us.
Why
Yeah,
you
it's
think
Like
they
yo,
have
we
all
only
these-
gonna host Ebony shit.
Why you think
like,
they
what?
have all
We need a
these-
Black Future Month.
Why do you think they have all these ratchet reality shows?
Yeah.
Showing all these toxic relationships, Krishan Rock and Blueface. If there wasn't a space for people to act like animals and they got praised for it, and then maybe people would act better and not
Exactly.
act like,
Do you believe
because they would be incentivized. They wouldn't have a choice. If you work a regular 9 to 5, you can't act the way she does.
do you believe
She
people
don't-
get off on being like bad and evil?
Yeah, and that's
And how?
And it's mostly pushed in our community, gangsta rap, hip hop. I mean, and I like it. Don't get me wrong. If you like whatever, and like that's what they want us to do.
Exactly.
You notice the artists that maybe they could do both. They could talk about street shit, but then they also got like they could just rap. Period. So anything they say, girl, the shit that's not about that for most of the black artists or whatever. That doesn't get pushed as much as
I'm talking about like
shoot 'em up,
Those white
pop
executives
pills.
put that on purpose. Like that's a part of their plan.
that's what I'm asking though. Do y'all think the people that put it out, like, what do you think the gain is for that?
To keep black people down.
No. What do you think? Like,
The artist.
no.
The
I'm talking
executives
about the
who's putting
executive.
doing
Oh,
this
okay.
to keep black people down.
So they just want it. They're just doing it to keep.
Nah,
black people.
they doing it because they
For
make
money
they
too, they
making
get money
off
too.
of
Afraid
it.
of what?
But it's
They
bigger.
eating off of us.
It's
They-
racism at heart,
they-
yo.
they're-
It stems from racism.
They're using us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're sucking us dry.
Yeah.
And they're gonna work us until we die.
Slavery
And
still
they don't want
exists.
us to
Not
get too
you,
big.
yo. Like
Yeah.
think about it.
They
Every-
burnt down Black Wall
every-
Street, yo.
every-
He was doing good.
Every black person that becomes successful, they have to obey. You could be a billionaire, but you better not say,
Look what they did to
You know what I mean?
you know?
What's
yeah.
what's the
And they
science?
gonna go missing.
What's the scientific reason for racism?
Or-
It's not scientific, it's spiritual. It goes back to the Bible.
racism,
It's because they hate
Separation,
God's
control.
children, that's why.
control, separation.
It's spiritual.
You said what? You said what?
I said control, separation, controlling and separation.
It has a physical side to it too, but at heart, it's all about spiritual warfare at the end of the day. It says in Deuteronomy, we are the people, we are the chosen ones who got spread out and cat, like, it's right there, yo. That's what it's about. It's about good and evil. That's what it say. I see it.
But
And,
I mean,
and if we know
does
if we know that the end times are happening right now, then y'all see it too.
But how do we? Okay, so what are your earthly goals? Do you have earthly
I
goals?
don't have any earthly goals. I have one goal, and it's to please my heavenly Father. So I'm doing His will.
So you're content with.
I have
earth
no personal
until-
desires anymore. I'm a changed man now, and I have no more personal desires. My only desire is to do what God's telling me to do, and I'm doing God's work to the best of my ability.
That's what's up, bro.
I wasn't when
That's
I
dope.
when I first met you. I wasn't like that, but I went through some things in life. That's why I'm a firm believer now, because I had to go through the rite of passage. I had to go through. I went through hell, like not physically, but like I've been through a lot, man. And I got scared straight, and I'm like, this is it. Like I'm taking this serious now. A lot of things happen back to back where I'm just like, okay, I got it.
All right.
I got it.
So your faith was tested.
Yes, yeah, to an extreme extent. That's why I said I had to really work for this, yo. That's why I feel like people are not gonna see it unless you put in that work, because I just seen it like that, man. Maybe it's different for everybody, but
Yeah, because some people, what my argument always is that everybody just doesn't have that drive to do stuff. Like
sometimes people gotta be pushed into it.
People gotta be pushed into it.
And some people crack under pressure though.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it gets tough. I mean, people put a lot of weight on people and they don't even realize it. You know what I mean? Especially the hardest thing is in a relationship because you're not even worrying about other things. You just don't want to lose that person. A lot of times they lose sight of themselves in the whole situation. So that's why that don't end up working out for the man or the woman. You know what I mean? And a lot of times we say like, oh, like the woman want too much or whatever. But yo, if you know that you're dealing with a brat when you get a brat, she gonna be a brat, bro. She gonna keep on wanting everything she sees. You know what I mean? Yeah, you set an expectation, you set the tone, and the problem is that a lot of times people set a tone that they can't be consistent with. And if you can't keep that up, then somebody gonna be like, yo, why you so different? And in ways, we do the same thing as men. We definitely do that. Like, if a chick used to always give me top, and then all of a sudden she don't want to do it no more, or she just stopped doing it, like, yo, you ain't give me top in like 5 weeks. Like, what's going on? Like, what happened? You like, yo, yeah, like, you're like, how you doing this? Like, what's going on? Like, so I'm like, you know, this don't make sense. That's different. I'm not saying that happened to me, but I'm saying that's different. That's something that you don't want to have to deal with. I'm saying don't wait no damn 5 months. Like, bro, like, it's not working or something not going on that you want to be going on. Speak up about it. A lot of times, people don't have that transparency in their relationships. They don't know who they with until they do too much. Get knocked up or whatever the case may be, or end up marrying a serial killer. You know what I mean? You don't know what you're getting yourself into, and that's because you don't take the time. Corey Holcomb says some real shit, and I didn't even think about it like this because I wouldn't put it into a time frame. I mean, you know when you know, I guess. But he said like about 2 years. He said you gotta vet a chick for at least 2 years before you do anything else. But he an old school dude.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm waiting to hear an explosion, yo.
I'm
waiting to hear an explosion. That sounded kind of loud.
I started panicking, but I was like, relax.
I was like,
nobody else is going crazy. Don't go crazy, man.
But see, if you believe in that, you also have to believe in if you believe good things will happen, then good things will happen.
Good things will happen. Good things will happen.
Always be optimistic. I always try to be optimistic. I would never hope that you remember the movie Donnie? Have you ever seen Donnie Darko?
Donnie
I heard about it.
Bro.
I think I've probably seen that.
With the bunny rabbit and shit.
Yeah. Because the whole movie was based on he died
he died already and he saw the future.
The damn plane the plane propeller fell through his room and killed him while he was in the bed.
And he got a second chance if that shit missed him. And that's
like
what it was. That shit was crazy. And then he basically
Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah, he fell in love with the chick.
Beast, yo.
He met the chick, remember? He fell in love with
The
her.
actor. No, I'm saying he's an actor.
Nah, he is he nice, my nigga. He still come out with movies.
I'm gonna check that out.
Didn't he just come out with a movie that I just watched?
That's what I'm saying.
What movie
I heard
he just
it was
came
good
out with?
too.
What was it called?
I don't know though.
I seen it, but I don't remember the name of it.
That's what okay. I did hear that shit.
I just made that up.
Oh damn.
He's like, yep, I seen it.
Yo,
I definitely saw the
he
Awakening,
did
though.
have a movie that just came out, yo. Good actor.
I thought y'all was talking about that news reporter movie where he used to get to the crime scenes first.
Oh, the night watcher,
Nightcrawler.
The Nightcrawler, yo.
Ain't that the same dude, right? That's the same actor, right?
Yeah, that's the same dude.
Yeah.
Yo, that was
a
real dude.
That's a real
dude, I think. It was
it
was based on a real reporter, yo. He used to do that.
People beat him up in town.
Yo.
That's how he got caught.
Oh, word?
They
caught him?
He used to get the crazy shots, yo. He wouldn't even help the people, yo. He'll come near the crime scene before they get there.
He would cause a crime sometimes, like cause an accident.
Yeah, he was doing crazy stuff. Well, that was later on. At first he was just fascinated. And then later on he started orchestrating
that's
stuff.
serial killer vibes right there.
Yeah.
That's wild. What if that was like the story of TMZ? Nobody.
A lot of these horror movies are.
I wouldn't.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Even
would not.
Jeepers, well, not the whole movie, but like some Jeepers Creepers. This couple was driving down the road.
Yeah.
And
That thing in the
they
cornfield,
passed
right?
by- Yeah.
Mhm.
That really happened?
They passed by a guy.
That really happened in real life?
Yeah, it was on Unsolved Mysteries.
Word?
Mm.
For real?
Mm.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
That's
Yo.
But just the first scene, obviously, the rest of it.
Oh,
But, like,
oh,
when they
he's a
real
passed
nigga,
by and
yeah.
they see the guy dumping the body down, they said they saw him dump them down in the church.
Mm.
That's
basement.
crazy. That's crazy.
Would you? What's your name again?
Eric.
Erica.
Mhm.
Would you want to see something like? Would you want to really see something like scary if you knew you was gonna be safe? Like, would you want to see like, yeah?
Yeah, because then I would know
Okay.
that it's real.
Even if it's like up close and personal, like it ran up to your face.
I would be scared, but
Like some weird creature just came up to you with a long fingernail and just
Mm.
looked like
Yeah,
this.
that's crazy.
And then just like,
Do you believe?
yo, you know,
That would be crazy.
I want to go to like.
Wouldn't that traumatize you?
That would traumatize me, though.
That they say are haunted or whatever.
Oh, you would go there?
Yeah,
I'll
like
never
how
go to them
homes
shits.
or company or buildings or whatever.
So
that are
you-
supposed to be old hospitals.
They got some in New Haven.
Do you have a Ouija board here?
I want one, but I don't want to bring it in.
you gotta do it like somewhere else.
She said
You gotta do it.
She don't want to.
You gotta do it.
play with that
You don't want to
shit.
take
I feel
you don't
you.
want to take the chance.
She said, "I'm still black, nigga." I feel bad when I have a Ouija
Look,
board.
if
That shit is crazy.
if there's any truth or not, I wouldn't go against it because I know that it's a possibility that this could probably happen. I don't know, but I wouldn't go against something knowing that it could hurt me. Like when somebody talking about like, yo, jump off this cliff, nothing's gonna happen, nobody gets hurt, and you float and you learn to fly.
Mhm.
I'm not doing that shit. You know what I mean? Like, yo, go ahead, you do it first, motherfucker. And then when you hear that motherfucker like that, then you know.
What if everybody do it but you? You're like, oh, I can do it. Oh no.
Maybe it wasn't
You
me.
didn't believe, Smiley. You didn't
Maybe it
believe.
wasn't meant. You know what I
But
mean?
that's what happened.
You didn't believe
That's
all
what
that.
happened in the
That's the thing.
Matrix.
Oh, that's right.
That's what
Like,
happened
think
in the
about it.
Matrix. He didn't believe it, and then he fell.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That shit be real, bro.
And that's what I'm
The
trying to
Matrix
say.
is crazy. Like, yo, the whole story of the Matrix is so
You gotta
dope.
believe it for it to work. If you don't believe it, it's not gonna work. Even Jesus was talking about like, yo,
With the-
I'm
with the
walking
Peter
on
walking
water,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like the sink. It's like, you gotta
nigga,
believe
you
it.
gotta
You
believe
gotta
it, bro. You gotta believe it. You don't believe it, that shit ain't real. For real. You're right. That shit ain't real.
As a man thinketh, so is he.
So
You gotta think it to
there's
be
a
real.
lot, like when I was younger, like a teenager, when internet really got crazy and you had BitLord and all and whatever, all these different
Kazan.
LimeWire, Kazaa,
Bear
all the
shit.
There's
Yo, they used to have learn telekinesis and all this other stuff. I'm like, yo, we could do that.
Nah,
None of it works, man. Go in there and try to do it, and they be like, yo, you could do it.
You gotta train for like 10
You
years.
can do it.
And then you can make stuff elevate. You can control the energy around you because we're in the Matrix.
So do it.
I
Because
believe-
it's not to believe that you can bend the bottle. That's impossible. But you have to believe that the bottle's not even there.
Yeah.
Do you believe in acupuncture?
I never had it done.
I would be.
What is it supposed to do though? I never understood. Like, what
There's
it's supposed
certain
to do.
pressure points
Release
in your body.
the
I mean-
chi.
Well, like, it's supposed to make you feel more relaxed, or supposed to make
Yeah.
you more energy,
Yeah.
or if you hurt, it
You be
take
doing
the
it?
pain away.
I would do
believe
it.
that's it.
I do
believe that's it.
reflexology, but I don't do the needles now.
I think my father had did it before one time. I seen him with needles in his face. I'm like, what the heck? What is going on, yo? He was like,
Oh shit.
he couldn't move. He didn't say nothing.
Oh,
I was like, what's going on here?
he took you?
Yeah, he told
Oh,
me.
okay,
I was
okay,
sitting here
okay.
watching this lady poke him up like a pin cushion. For example, all these little things on it.
Did he feel better? What did he say?
I don't know.
Don't go.
I ain't gonna do
Cancel
that.
your appointment.
I don't know. I don't want to do that. I don't know if I'm gonna do that, yo. I don't know. I'll do rock therapy or something. What's the stone therapy?
Rock therapy.
Some of that shit look like it hurt.
The hot stones.
Okay, that
I want to do that.
yeah.
Some of that shit look like it hurt.
My cousin do
Like the bases,
do
like
massages,
the
yo.
suction bases.
Yo, shout out to
Those
Spy.
big rings on your
Yeah,
brain.
like, I don't know about that shit.
She be doing massages. She got a whole table. She be driving to people's house and the whole table pull out.
Remember
Lay
Xena
you
with
up
the
there.
pressure point shit? She would fuck niggas. Yo, Xena.
Yo, you think it's like
Yes,
like Kung Fu
yes,
Masters that
yes,
like
that no pressure points.
and
Pressure points is a real
then you
thing.
be like this.
Yes.
Do the Harlem
You
Shake.
gotta do
Like,
it the right way.
I believe
And
it.
dude, I watched this movie. Never mind.
Nah, fuck that. Talk your shit.
yeah, what movie?
I want to know now.
This movie
It's a
review
pressure
time now.
point, but it's kind of all right. So this.
She gonna teach us
this
how to kill a
lady
man.
was- no, this lady was like rubbing this guy's foot or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then she made him.
Oh, okay.
rub his
Oh,
foot because
okay.
she
Oh,
did something
shit.
like connected to him, like
Reflexology. That shit is real. It's pressure points in the feet and the hands. That shit is real, yo.
And it was like in
5-point
motion,
palm
too.
technique.
It wasn't like
Y'all believe that could happen?
Yo. But then again, think about it. There's a thing called the G spot. Like, the G spot is supposed to make you more stimulated just by
Yeah, but
touching
she
the
was
Right,
spot.
able
right.
to-
It's
yeah.
a
And it's a
magical spot.
called
So
the
she
U
was able
spot
to,
that
like,
make them squirt.
connect with that
I ain't
from
even
rubbing
know
it.
about that shit, nigga. That's
Yeah,
wild.
the U
Like,
spot.
you said a U spot?
Yeah, the U spot.
You making it up or you fucking?
I'm dead ass, bro. I'll look it up right now for you.
Oh,
The
shit.
U spot, bro.
That's wild.
I shouldn't look it up on this phone. It's my God phone.
I
I don't want them to see me looking up U spot.
It is 10-10. This is crazy.
Let me see the movie.
Shit, yeah, it's mad different areas inside there that
He was
people
like,
don't
"How
know
did you
about.
do that?"
Yo,
That's crazy.
this shit was crazy, yo. My homegirl said a poem, yo.
Mm-hmm.
That poem was mad sexual, yo. It was like, it was perfect for Valentine's Day, yo.
Is she single?
I think she is.
So that was like,
She might be.
that was like a mating call?
Nah.
I'm fucking with you.
Yo, she gonna be like, "What you talking about, yo?"
I'm
like,
just
yo,
playing. I'm just playing. I don't even know you. I'm just playing.
Oh yeah,
I had fun on
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day, bro. What the fuck?
You ain't like Valentine's?
I mean,
what do you think
Yo,
about Valentine's?
when I was in a relationship,
you know, it's just another pagan holiday.
right?
But what do you think about?
When I was in a relationship, we mutually hated Valentine's Day, but we did stuff on the day just to do the couple thing. You know what I mean?
Do you really think it was mutual, or do you think she just
Nah,
never
she
had
hated-
anybody?
No,
like,
she hated
if you did something sweet for her, would she deny it and be like, "I
No,
hate
of course
this"?
not. She wasn't like that, but she would definitely say she don't like flowers and shit like that. Like she don't like certain things.
Yeah, you can get her other things.
She like candy and shit, edible
Yeah.
arrangements.
That's what I'm saying.
But
She like the stuff that she like, and not just the whole regular what everybody get. Like
yeah, she wanted to feel like I put some thought into it type shit.
Mm.
If I get her some clothes, she would have liked that shit. Cause like, oh, you see me in this?
Yeah, like I said, like ain't nobody gonna turn down gifts. Like ain't nobody gonna turn down. It's just
Yeah,
I don't care what day it is.
Well, nah, I seen some shit like, recently, not even recently, but I'm sure some shit happened on Valentine's Day, but it was chicks that was like ungrateful. Like this dude bought a chick a whole car, bro, and she was like, "This what you got me?" Like what?
Yeah, there's some people
I'm like,
that,
huh?
though.
Yeah.
They're not smoking too.
Yeah, I got some right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just paranoid because I smoke too much. I gotta chill for a bit. You got any water?
Yes. It's not in the refrigerator though. It's over there.
Nah, it's all good. This will be perfect.
You guys do one, please?
I got you, Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Valentine's Day, I don't know. A lot of times, like, I wasn't like, we weren't like a depressed couple about
I just
it.
wasn't happy.
Nah, we were just like, we wasn't. But on Valentine's Day, you know what we used to do?
Well,
We went to, you know how they have like the Trail of Terror and you go
yeah.
to shit and people
On Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's
You went to the Trail of Terror on Valentine's
yeah,
Day?
yeah.
Don't they only open on Halloween?
Oh,
Nah, it was open on Valentine's Day. It was like,
They opened it for that?
It's Valentine's
Oh yeah,
Day
because you
now?
like the horror movies and stuff like that. Okay, I see.
we shared our love differently.
Okay,
You
okay.
know what I mean?
Okay.
So like we.
Wait, let me ask
like,
you: are you one of the type of people that like to, when you get freaky, like y'all like cover yourself in blood and stuff?
Oh shit! Hell no.
Okay, because you like horror movies stuff. I'm thinking like, how deep do you go with it though?
Nah, what the fuck?
Some people beyond that
I'm
though.
not a fanatic like that, bro. I love the genre. I love the horror genre, but not enough to emulate it. Like I'm not like I'm not a sadist. I'm not a masochist.
Okay,
I'm not,
okay,
you know. I'm a normal person, I guess.
Yo,
But I'm not like,
yo,
you know.
Would you ever like fake run in on your girl and shit? Like this is your girl, but like act like it's some breaking the inner. Yeah, act like you was a robber, but you didn't tell her.
You better accidentally get stabbed.
Yeah.
You gotta know what type of girl you got.
Exactly.
Like if you got some of the girls that I dated, nah, you don't want to do that. Some of the girls that I dated, I don't know, they might have a panic attack or something. It might be worse. Yeah, so I don't know, like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I would do
He
it.
said, yeah, but yeah, I would.
That's exciting.
Hell yeah, it's funny. And I got them recording glasses too.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
They gotta know it.
Yeah.
I would have a ski mask on with them damn glasses on. Like, I know it's you. But nah, I gotta come through the ceiling or some shit. I gotta do some shit.
Yo, I got a question for you.
Or already be in the closet and come out. Like,
I got a question for you. Would you regret it if somehow you didn't know she had a gun and she shot you, you survived, but you got 1 million followers because you got it on camera? Is it worth it?
I won't regret it. Yeah, it's worth it.
You got shot in the chest.
It's alright. I'm alive.
Okay, but you got one lung.
I got shit bag.
Yeah, you just fucking me up.
I just want to see where
You
your
making
limit
it?
at.
Yeah,
I
you
want to
know.
see where your limit at. Yeah.
Yeah.
You poop like this.
Yo,
That's horrible. I'm
Now-
sorry.
now look, social currency is not that important to me. I'm not gonna die for it. But I'll say this: for if the content is that good and it's cringe like that, and they'll accept that, then it's gonna be easy for me to just get this audience anyway. Cause I just do that shit all the time. Like, yo, shoot me again, bitch. Shoot me again. I'm gonna have wounds all over my body. If I survive a shot in the chest, like that's crazy. Like lose a lung or something like that. Like I hope she would regret it.
Oh, okay.
You know, but you know I can't.
She ain't gonna regret it if she
be
100 mil.
I can't, right.
If she viral and you survive,
I can't be mad. I can't be mad at her.
again.
I can't be mad at her.
Be alright.
I gotta expect her to protect herself when I'm not there. So
She gonna
I
protect
taught her how to shoot that gun. Now she got it. You know what I mean? Or so I know, like, all right, when I'm away on a business trip or something like that. Or
So you're gonna look at the positive of it.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only way. I'm not gonna you know, I don't want to die, but if I did something stupid like that, then I already know, like, I'm accepting the possible consequences. That's why people do those stupid pranks. Like we about to start doing stupid pranks. Somebody gonna get hurt. Hopefully nobody get hurt though. I'm not gonna say that. So nobody will get hurt. But some of these are risky pranks that we're talking about. I don't want to share them, but
You should go out to people and be like, what
some of them are crazy.
Nah,
It's risky, but
You
like
gotta
that,
look at that,
but
you
more
put that
risky.
picture
Like,
in it, right?
I'll give you an example. Damn, I don't want
You
to
gotta
spill the
do
beans.
that.
But imagine a cop pull you over and they be like license and registration. And you give them like a little card that you drew a picture on. And you give it to him. And it says me instead of your name.
Yeah.
And He's like, what the hell is this or whatever.
What if he accepts
And it
it?
got lines, like it got lines as like a
Yeah.
cartoon, like.
But it don't. But it's not words. It's just lines.
Okay, so let me ask you a crazy question. What if the cop accepts it, right? Let's say you was in the car with the person that had the, you know what I mean? He accepts it and says, "You fellas have a nice day."
I would feel like that's God wanting you to get 1 million followers.
That's what I'm wondering.
That's crazy. Yeah, because for that to happen, that'd be like that's a glitch in the Matrix. That's crazy.
The Matrix,
No, that could be.
every time I watch the Matrix,
He could be.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
like,
your boy pranking you.
You getting pregnant? You thinking like, yo, like, nah, nigga, I got magic. I'm trying to tell you, nigga.
No, you act like you that you don't know what's going on. Like act like it's really
normal and shit.
Like, and it's like, yo, that nigga, you just gave him a piece of paper with a picture,
Like,
and
yeah,
then be
nigga, I
like,
got
what
powers,
you talking
man.
about? This
That'd be
is
awesome.
IG.
You know I've been had powers.
That's
Like, what are you talking
that's
about?
a prank in a prank, bro.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
nigga,
That's a double entendre, bro. He is, yo.
Those type of things like it's mind blowing. Like
That's
yeah.
that M Night Shyamalan
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
That's the shit, yo.
Yeah.
Yo, we on the same. Yo,
Yeah.
I know you don't like AI, but the Chat GPT, bro, you could tell it to make a story like that.
I don't want to do
Yeah,
it.
you could.
It'll make a
Wanna do
story
it.
for you,
And
bro.
then it's
Scary.
gonna take a part of your soul.
They might, yeah,
Ah.
exactly. Cook that shit.
You know, have you ever watched?
Yeah,
Have you ever watched? What's that show? Gods? Is that what it is?
American God?
American Gods.
Nigga, I read the
Yeah, I
book.
like it.
Nigga, I got the book.
Oh.
That's my
Is
shit.
the book better than
The book
show?
is way better because they go into more details. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody had their, you know what I mean? It's
And they're
all
based
the
on
guys.
and they're based on the Nordic.
No,
gods.
it's all the guys, bro. Jesus is in there.
Oh, word.
Black Jesus, Mexican Jesus.
Oh.
The fucking what's the name is in it? Fucking Thor's dad and shit. Fucking all them niggas is in
Yeah,
that
that's
shit.
Wednesday.
That's what I'm saying. All them motherfuckers is in
Wednesday,
that
oh.
shit.
Yeah.
That
I
shit
like
is
the
crazy.
show. The book came out first.
Yeah, the book came out first.
I gotta read it.
That shit is crazy. If I got that shit,
What do you
I'll-
guys think about The Boys?
if I could find it, I'll let y'all borrow that shit.
Boys.
That shit is
The
fire.
Boys on Amazon Prime.
The Boys is dope.
Don't it got
The
that
show. It's a
talking.
It's about superheroes.
yeah.
Oh, okay,
basically.
okay. But I was about to say something crazy.
They're like, so they got a superhero named Stormfront.
Mhm.
You know what Stormfront is?
They remind me of Storm from X-Men.
Oh,
No, Stormfront was a Nazi party,
Oh,
something
for real?
like that. Yeah,
Mm.
and that's the name
Blonde
of the
hair,
character.
blue eyes. And
Yeah.
shit,
That's the name of one of the characters that was in it, and she was a part of that
yeah.
in the show.
Yeah.
But it was just crazy, like, yo, like, why would they make the character that name too?
Mhm.
Nobody caught on with that. That was like supposed to be characters in the show. Like, yo,
That's
she
wild.
act like this, and her name's Stormfront, bro. Like,
I
what
watched
you
the show
think?
and I ain't know none of that. That's
Yo,
wild,
that's just
bro.
wild, right?
That just blew my mind.
That's
I'm
wild,
like, nigga,
yo.
it was what? Yo,
Yeah.
that's crazy,
That-
bro.
yo.
This is like, why? Like, that's deeper than just some racism.
They
shit.
do that on purpose, bro.
Wait,
I know, but
They
like,
know somebody gonna be like, yo. Like, I watch Rick and Morty and I be like, yo, like, this a cartoon, but this
but they be
is
saying some real
crazy,
shit in
yo.
that
Like, what the
motherfucker,
fuck?
yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
Like,
what
you watch Rick and Morty?
I seen like one episode. I don't watch
It's
it.
wild,
I
yo.
watch that
It's
shit.
wild. It's like
They
the
got
new
new
Ren and
episodes?
Stimpy, bro. They had the last season. I think they got what, season 8 or something.
Mm.
But I don't know if they got no new episodes. But it's lit. I think, but the creator, he got like assault charges or something. So he fighting a case. So it might not be another Rick and Morty.
Ever again. They always take away the good shows, though.
Yeah, they do.
Look at the Boondocks. The Boondocks was fire, yo.
What happened to them though?
Well,
They got
Pop
canceled.
died. So
Oh,
Yeah, John Willis.
But they got this dude
Yeah.
that sounds
Black
just
History
like
Month.
Pops, yo. Like Like, I felt like they could get an impersonator to do Pops.
But would that be like
No.
disingenuous?
How would it not be right? Get somebody, get some money.
If he don't sound exactly like him,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Maybe his son could do it.
And he gotta have the same
cadence and shit.
cadence and same joke flow. You know what I mean? Like John Witherspoon was.
The simple fact that John Witherspoon is a legend, it's not going to be the same no matter what.
It'll be like a clone of Jordan coming up.
It'd probably better to be just to end it on a good note rather than
this is how I look at it.
Trying to continue something that's not going to work. Like,
when
that's good.
This is how I look at it. When Black Panther died, niggas is like, oh, the Black Panther died.
They ain't care. They care about Pops.
No. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
You said Black.
I'm saying the character when the character died, when the actor died. When the actor died, the character died.
Right.
Superman, when Christopher Reeve was paralyzed, Superman wasn't paralyzed. Like, think about that. Like, you see what I'm saying?
And that's the white superheroes. But the black superheroes, they just die them all.
This is what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, it's always a narrative against us, my nigga. Like,
I ain't even see it like that, yo.
You see what I'm saying?
Because I guess
it's like ending our legacy.
Because we looking at it, trying to look at it in a positive way. Like, we was like, instead of like them taking it away from him, they're honoring him because nobody can replace his character. And by changing the character tone.
That's bullshit. They taking our heroes, bro.
But yo, like the comic book, are limited. The comic book is different than when they get into the MCU stuff. I know that they're dabbling the modern agenda into it, but I know what Stan Lee's vision was with the comic book. So I'm looking at it. The MCU is not the same as the comic book universe. It's a lot different. Some of those stories, but there are some simulations. Like one story is that his sister did become the Black Panther at one point. So that much I could say, like, yeah, they manipulated it to do it, but they kind of stayed true to somewhat of the storyline that it already was established. And he was supposed to be the king of the dead. That's what T'Challa was supposed to become after he passed away. And then it was supposed to be his son was to be the next Black Panther. And so it's Black Panther 2099. That's what he was supposed to be. So it's a story. It's another story. I don't know if they're gonna do it like that. But at the end, they had the Easter egg with the son. The son is gonna be training. So T'Challa's son is gonna be the heir to the throne, and he's gonna be the next king. So he's gonna become the new Black Panther at some point.
I just feel like every bad guy in both of the Black Panthers isn't really the bad guy if you really think about it. The bad guy is America and the government and shit. Especially in those movies, like, you know what I mean? And the bad guy is trying to say, let's unite and make sure these motherfuckers know not to fuck with us. But, you know, the Black Panther in the movie is always like, no, we must fight and save them and work together with the oppressors.
So you're more of a separatist ideology.
I'm more on the villain side in both of the movies.
You on the villain side?
In both of the movies, because I feel like the villain was being portrayed.
You seen the new one, right?
No, I didn't.
You did?
Wait, so you taking America's side in the first one?
No.
You just
America was never the villain in Black Panther movies. Killmonger was the villain.
Killmonger was the first one, who was another African who wanted to use their powers to overtake America and all of that stuff. Because he didn't want them to infiltrate into their shit.
So in the movie, America was doing good?
No, America
always trying to get involved.
America was trying to get the technology from fucking.
There wasn't the main villain, but there was also villains. America, right?
No, they wasn't the villains at all.
Nah, it was the dude Claw, Ulysses Claw.
Oh, that was the dude.
That was the villain. But he was working with Killmonger, who was also from Africa, but he had another agenda separate from what Ulysses Claw was doing. He was gonna kill Ulysses Claw.
So he died. Ulysses Claw wasn't that
Oh, you
long in the movie.
But if America wasn't a villain, so America was doing, because America was doing something in the movie, so was they was doing good?
America was doing espionage.
America was doing what America does.
Right.
Oppression, nigga. Oppression.
So how was that
black
not a
people.
villain? So how was
They
that not
are
a
the
villain?
villain, but
That's what you just said.
they
it wasn't.
made the villain Killmonger.
I said, is it also a villain? You said no.
They did.
Because they don't portray
he was a
it.
mercenary.
You don't know that.
But you
I
was a
just say it because I'm black and I felt it.
That's what I'm asking you personally.
But me personally,
that's what I'm asking.
yes.
Okay.
Me personally, I felt that's what the message was. But somebody white
I'm
could
not,
watch
I'm
that
not,
shit
I'm not,
and be
everybody
like,
can
You don't feel.
I'm asking you.
You don't feel that Killmonger was a villain?
I honestly don't remember a lot of the movie. I don't remember a lot of the movie. I went to go see it, but
All right, so Killmonger. Okay, so look,
I know they had a fight. I know they fought.
That was T'Challa's cousin, Killmonger.
Yeah.
blood cousin.
That was his blood cousin, his first cousin.
Michael B. Jordan.
Right.
Yeah.
One was raised in the streets.
He
one
was raised.
in
Yeah, he was raised there, and he couldn't. And his father had been cast out.
field nigga house nigga.
He came back because he had a marking that only they would have. And then we showed him the marking. He had a ring too, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had the ring, and there was no way for him to have that ring because it was only royalty could have that, royalty from Wakanda. So he went back with that ring, and they welcomed him, and he was able to challenge to become the king, and he became the king.
But did he want to become the king to do evil or do?
He wanted to become the king to use the forces that they have to take over America.
Oh, okay. The other dude didn't want to do that.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
So that's why I can't say America was
But
the villain because they were the victim. That's how they were portrayed as, and they made Killmonger the fucking what's the name. But I feel like them niggas was the villain. Me personally.
Wasn't there also a scene where America was like shooting at somebody? Who was they shooting at, or was that somebody else?
That was probably in the new one, but you ain't see it. You probably seen the preview.
No, I'm talking about the old one too, like in the street chasing scene where there was like chasing like cars or something like that, or like flying vehicles.
That was in the new one.
No, the old one with Michael B. That scene, like it was like at night and it was like chasing.
Yeah.
Wasn't America shooting at people in that scene, or no? Who was that then?
I think that was the FBI.
Exactly.
It was on American soil.
So who was they
and
shooting
they was at a
then?
casino or something like that.
Killmonger and Ulysses Wesson.
Oh, so they was beefing already.
The niggas was criminals.
Okay. Oh, and it was American.
No, the criminals was Michael B. Jordan and
Michael B. Jordan was American though. He was
he was raised in the ghettos of America.
America was there too.
Oh, so now I see what you're saying. So, like, they were just doing their job and catching criminals. They wasn't really the bad guys.
Exactly.
But you gonna see them the bad guys because they Babylon.
100%. Babylon, dog.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah, because, like...
But wait. You can also look at it like this. What if you could just looking at it like on, let's say, for instance, I know it says an example, I know, like, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King.
Exactly.
So if it's still pro-black, then is he really a villain? Because he was still looking out for Wakanda, but he just did it a different way. He probably did it more in a rebel way, but he was still down for so how was he a villain? He's really for our people.
He was villainized because he was militant and he was willing to die for his people.
I'm talking about our own opinions now. I'm not talking about the narrative of the story. Our own opinions. Can't we look at it like
my opinion?
He was down for the cause regardless. Wakanda was going to be good regardless. So how was he a villain?
His vision was to conquer, and in history, any conqueror, there's nothing but bad that can come from that. Trying to conquer.
I'm not saying he made a good decision, but he was for his people. So how is he a villain if he's for his people?
He's not wrong. If
he might have had a wrong
intentions.
Exactly. His intentions is exactly. So how
his intentions were evil.
Oh, his intentions was evil.
Yeah, he wanted to conquer and kill.
But it's for
the betterment of his people.
I understand what you're saying, but
because of what you're doing.
Yeah,
say what?
It is.
Like think about it like with the mafia, right?
It is based off of what has been done.
They're in their area in one part of town or whatever, in the Godfather or whatever. Listen,
yes,
you like
because that's the only answer. There's no other answer that's going to change our fate.
Well, I just tell you anyway. So there's all these families that are in New York, right? but then there's the top family. You know what I mean? That makes, you know, the majority of the decisions. They have the most wealth or whatever, stuff like that. That's kind of how America is. America is like the top family.
Yeah.
So they always gonna intervene and be involved in everything that goes down, because nothing goes down without us knowing about it. That's really how it is. Like, so they always try to make themselves seem like they're good, but really they just being nosy.
Exactly. So why does that automatically make the dude a villain though? He could be.
It don't make him it makes him a villain.
And in their eyes,
he wants to kill people. If he wants to kill innocent people, then that's wrong.
Okay.
If he wants to kill innocent people, that's wrong. But
I didn't even take it that
if
far.
he just wants to make them do what he says, or they'll die and give him a choice, I guess, that's still wrong.
So you basically he was just corrupt.
Yeah. Because he was scorned because he never was able to be in Wakanda and grow up there and whatever.
Who he killed that was innocent, Smiley?
Didn't he kill some Wakandans?
No.
He didn't?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought he killed some people.
Oh, his name was killed. Well, they probably deserved it.
He tried to kill T'Challa,
but that was an official death lynch.
He was a killer though. He was a mercenary.
Yeah, he was killing.
Who
innocent people? You know what I mean? Like innocent. Like,
I don't know who was innocent.
I don't know. That's
He tried to kill people though. He didn't care.
I see what you're saying though. He was basically just like, I see what you're saying now. Yeah.
He just did what he had to do for his people.
Greater good. That's what he said.
Just protect.
That sound like any soldier though.
But his mom protected the people just fine.
He said his mom did?
Yeah. After he died, the queen.
Did she?
I mean, she did for a little bit of the
She
movie.
let him get raised in the ghetto, nigga.
Wait, how did he
That's
get there?
not good.
How did he get
They
there?
left his ass.
Word?
Well, this is a peace treaty. We gonna leave you white people our spawn in one day, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's why he was like
He
that.
was mad as fuck, nigga.
Oh, he's not the villain, man. He's the victim. He's just hurt, yo.
Exactly.
That's his trauma.
okay.
That's him dealing with his trauma.
Exactly,
Yo,
nigga.
wait.
He
So
got
hold on.
strong, and he just started messing
hold
people
on.
up. Yeah.
So trauma
he took that. He took
Trauma
that trauma.
builds-
He got
builds
strong.
men.
Yeah.
So trauma builds men.
And sometimes villains. Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. I'm
Yo,
hungry
that's
now.
dope. Yo, that's crazy.
I want some food. I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go get the food, yo.
Yo,
If I don't get it now, I ain't gonna eat it.
This is what. Oh, here's the hovercraft I was talking about.
That's a real life hovercraft. Is it of like, it's the ground is like magnets?
How do you know?
It looked like a drone.
No, that do look like a drone.
That's a
Oh,
drone.
that is a drone. Oh, that's fire. That is
Oh, he's
fire.
on it.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
he
riding
riding
on
that
it.
shit. This shit is
Yo.
fucking, this is what I mean,
Oh,
though.
yo.
This is what I mean, though. Like, come on
That's
now.
what you call it, that movie you was talking about.
Come on now.
The element.
If they
Yeah.
have this, then obviously they shooting down whatever, my nigga.
Yo,
That look like some shit you can shoot down, goddamn.
That's crazy.
Star Wars, yo.
Yeah, that is Star Wars right there. Yeah, that's
Look at this
crazy.
space- Look at this spacely sprocket shit.
What do they call it? What they call it? A hover or something?
That's like a hovercraft.
a
Yeah.
hovercraft. Yeah, that's crazy. It could go high too.
They
Shit
they
was
probably
fucking
got
fire.
like little like small joints that you could
Like on a board,
like,
right?
like for people. Yeah.
That was really some shit in Star Wars. Niggas is
Yeah.
like, we gonna recreate it and make it real, my nigga. And now they did it.
They probably made it for Star Wars because they already had it.
They been having it. That's what I'm trying to. Oh man, this shit crazy.
Listen.